Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to those following along with our Magic Treehouse adventures. Last time, Jack and Annie had to masquerade, or pretend, as polar bears to safely cross thin ice. Jack and Annie had befriended the polar bears and the seal hunters of this land, but they had still not found out the answer to their riddle. Let's see if we can find out the answer to their riddle in this week's adventure of the Magic Treehouse. This is Polar Bears Past Bedtime by Mary Pope Osborne. Chapter 8. Look at this. Riddle solved. Now, only the moon shone in the snow. Jack looked around for the polar bear. She was gone. Where did she go? Asked Annie. I don't know, said Jack. He looked over the tundra, and there was no sign of the giant bear or her cubs. Strange. Maybe she's not interested in scientific reasons, said Jack. Annie sighed. She took off her bear mask and handed it to Jack. He'd put both their masks in his pack. Now what? Asked Annie. They looked around. The vast fields of snow ended in darkness. Jack had no idea where they were. He shrugged. I guess we'll just have to walk and hope for the best. Wait. Listen, said Annie. From the distance came howling sounds. They grew louder and louder. Yay! We don't have to wait that long, said Annie. The huskies, they're coming. Howling filled the night as the dog's head came into view. The seal hunter was running beside it. We're here! Over here! Jack called. He ran toward the sled and Annie followed. I was afraid you were lost, said the seal hunter. We were, said Annie, and we got stuck on thin ice too. But a polar bear helped us out. Yeah, said Jack, and we wore your masks and they made us feel like bears. Yes, the masks made us brave, said Annie as she caught her breath. Oh, man, wait, said Jack. Annie's words sounded familiar. He took his notebook out and read Morgan's riddle aloud. I cover what's real and hide what's true, but sometimes I bring out the courage in you. What am I? A mask, Jack and Annie said together. The seal hunter smiled. You knew, said Annie. It was for you to discover, said the seal hunter, not me. Jack pulled the bear masks out of his backpack. Here, he said. Thanks a lot. The hunter took the masks and put them on his own parka. We can go home now, said Jack. Do you mind taking us back to the treehouse? Said Annie. The seal hunter shook his head. Climb on, he said. Jack and Annie climbed onto the dog sled. Mush, said the seal hunter. Mush, said Annie. Mush, said Jack. And the snow began to fall as they took off across the dark ice. Chapter 9. Oh no, one more? By the time the dog sled arrived at the treehouse, the snowstorm had become a blizzard. Can you wait just a minute, Jack asked the seal hunter. So we can check something? The hunter nodded. His dogs whined as Jack and Annie climbed through the treehouse window. Jack grabbed the scroll that held the riddle, and he unrolled it. The riddle was gone. In its place was one shimmering word. Mask. We did it, said Annie. The treehouse will take us home now. Great, said Jack. Let's say goodbye to the seal hunter and give him his clothes. They quickly pulled off their sealskin clothing and their boots. Thanks for letting us borrow these, Jack called through the window. The seal hunter walked to the treehouse and took the clothes from Jack and Annie. They stood shivering in their pajamas and bare feet. Thanks for everything, said Annie, her teeth chattering. The seal hunter gave them a wave. See, they made it back finally to their treehouse. A little blizzarding, but that's all right. I think they'll be okay if they're inside. They're being good chaps too, and giving the seal hunter back his clothing that he let them borrow. It's nice of them. Then he walked through the swirling snow to his sled. Mush, he shouted. The dogs took off through the stormy night. Let's get out of here, said Jack. He hugged himself. Before we freeze to death. Annie grabbed the Pennsylvania book that always took them home. She pointed to a picture of Frog Creek Woods. I wish we could go there, she said. They waited for the treehouse to start spinning. Nothing happened, and Jack shivered. I wish we could go there, Annie said again. And again, nothing happened. What's wrong? Said Jack. He looked around the treehouse. The 4 scrolls with the solved riddles' answers were in the corner. Then he saw it. A 5th scroll. Where did that come from? He said. Jack grabbed it and unrolled it. On it were the words, look at the letters, the first, not the rest. Discover the place that you love the best. Oh no, said Annie. Another riddle. Okay, let's stay calm, Jack said, shivering. Look at the letters. The first, not the rest. Okay. The first letters in this riddle are L-A-T-L-T. That doesn't make any sense, Annie broke in. Icy winds battered the treehouse, and snow blew outside. We have to hurry, said Annie. Jack was freezing. He looked around wildly. Letters! What letters? He said. His gaze rested on the scrolls in the corner. Maybe we should look at the letters of the answers, he said. Right, said Annie. They began unrolling the scrolls. The scroll from their adventure under the ocean said, oyster. The scroll from their trip to the Wild West said, echo. The scroll from their journey to Africa said, honey. And their scroll from their adventure in the Arctic said, mask. Oyster, echo, honey, mask, said Jack. Their first letters are O, E, H, and M. Well, that doesn't make any sense either, said Annie. Yeah, but maybe we have to unscramble them, said Jack. O, E, H, M. They could spell hemo. Or miho, said Annie. Or home, said Jack. Home, cried Annie. That's the place we love the best. Jack unrolled the 5th scroll again. The riddle was gone. In its place was one shimmering word. Home. Yay, cried Annie. She grabbed the Pennsylvania book. I wish we could go home. Home, home, home. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster and faster. And then everything was still. Absolutely still. Well, it looks like Jack and Annie had found their way through the Arctic, had ended up learning what the 2 riddles meant, and possibly ended up finding their way back home. Let's see if their treehouse has landed safe in Pennsylvania, or perhaps something else has happened in their adventures. Thank you for watching. That was Polar Bears Past Bedtime by Mary Pope Osborne. I'm Tyler Strong, Director of the Royalton Memorial Library. Thank you very much again. Take care.